What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream, or to the replay, as the case may be. Enjoy your stay. We got plenty to see, and it is entirely free. This is more of a discussion. It's going to be a super short stream, because I'm going to be sitting here waiting in the queue for a while, but I wanted to make my face and my voice heard before 5, because we strive to be live by 5 every single day. That's Eastern time zone for all you damn time travelers out there, but I wanted to have a short discussion real quick over why to play Lineage 2 versus why not to play Lineage 2. As you guys can see on the screen, why not to play Lineage 2? There's a long-ass queue, at least on the popular server, and I think 3 of them are dealing with this right now. So my thought on that is, that sucks. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, no, there's definitely a queue, even for VIP. If you're not VIP, I can't even imagine how long it is. I've heard people literally said that they've, this is, hearsay, this is speculation, but I've heard people say that they've waited over 14 hours to log into the server. Just to have it either crash, or for them to be sleeping, or taking a nap, or doing whatever else, or at work, or da-da-da-da-da. So they get kicked out of the login screen after their character sits on it for long enough. Oof, that's an omega oof right there, everybody. So that's a reason why not to play it. I can't believe, like, on the one hand, I want to defend Lineage 2. I want to say, I want to defend NCSoft. I can't believe I even said that statement, because I'm not a fan of NCSoft. But on the one hand, I want to defend them and say they didn't know how popular this game would be. So, I mean, obviously it's a wonderful thing that this game, after 15 years, is being relaunched as a classic experience and is so popular they had no idea, they couldn't even account for it. I mean, literally, their live servers, they only even have 2 of them. They have 4 classic servers, and they're all, like, heavy except for one of them, the one that just came out. The 2 light servers, or live servers that are current versions of the game, nobody hardly plays that from what I understand. So anyway, that's what I want to say on the one hand, is that it's so popular. But on the other hand, it's also been nearly an entire month, and they have not resolved this issue. They have tried, allegedly, on and on and on and on. I hear the servers can only handle 6.5k players. I don't know if that's true. That's about what they have it set at, yeah. That's where they average, from what I understand. So anyway, but there are tens of thousands of people playing this game. A lot more than people expected. There's even, Vela, a website that'll show you the status. So why to play Lineage 2? Obviously to get the classic experience. To play a hardcore MMO. I wish I could show some gameplay footage while I'm sitting here talking about it. But it's a good, old-fashioned game. It is grindy. It's very grindy. You gotta work hard for what you get. You gotta really muster up some talent and some patience and some effort to get anything in this game. To get level 40, to get any kind of gear in this game, you gotta put forth some effort. Why not to play the game? And, PvP is fun, I feel like, in this game. It's a lot more slow-paced than games these days. But the PvP in this game is a lot of fun. Just my experience, just my personal opinion, but it is. Now, why not to play this game? Obviously, we've already touched base. This nasty queue that they don't know how to resolve. So that's one. I get logged in to get... Okay, I'm not sure what Vela's trying to say here. So anyway, this queue is one of the reasons why not to play it. Another reason why not to play it is if you're looking for an authentic, 100% genuine, authentic, classic experience, and unfortunately this is not entirely it. This is not the perfect Lineage 2 experience as far as classic goes. In Classic, they didn't have those little arrows that point you where to go. They didn't highlight the map for you. You had to actually either go out and explore and discover where you needed to go, or you had to go back and reread the quest and actually look for directions you couldn't do like you can in a lot of games now where you just ignore the quest. You had to actually read that shit and go places. Now, unfortunately, back even when this game was brand spanking new, it was a Korean translation, so sometimes you'd end up with quests that even if you go back and read it 100 times, it's giving you the wrong information anyway because of bad translation. Fun. But you had to actually get to know the community. You had to go out there and start asking people, the community, and this is still true today. This, I guess, goes as the reason why to play the game. The community in this game is so much less toxic. Now, obviously, you got toxic assholes in the game, but this is so much less toxic than every other game, MMO otherwise, that are out there by today's standards. You have the jackasses, you have the kill stealers, you have all that, sure, that happens in any game, but in this game, you'll have people come up and randomly buff you. You'll have people come up and randomly start conversations with you. You'll have people come up and help you out. Deceit is a game that I recommended you a long time ago. Send me a gameplay video of it. And if you already did, then send it to me again. I'll take a look at it. They got updates to stop the problems. Well, send me a video and I'll take a look at it. I mean, I don't have much else to do. Once I stop this stream, I'll probably go look at it. So anyway, one of the least toxic and most kind, generous, beneficial, communicable, amiable, we'll go with amiable. One of the most amiable communities out there. People that are willing to and want to help other people. As a general rule of thumb. You got people, like I said, they'll run up and just randomly buff you. No questions asked. They'll just randomly start conversations. You got people who ask for help. Where's this NPC? I need it for a quest. Where's this? Because, you know, some of the quests you still have to go search for them. They will help you, and that's awesome. I think that's cool. So many games nowadays, World of Warcraft, someone could ask. I mean, I've seen it happen. That game is so detached now that it's basically a bunch of people playing by themselves together, if that makes sense. You go into a dungeon, no one says a word, they just start the dungeon. No communication, no talk, nothing like that. You got someone who needs a quest, someone will ask a question, no one responds to it. It's not my problem. Not my problem. No one responds to it. I guess that's just the general motif or the general attitude. In this game, people make it their business to be helpful. And that's cool. That's amazing. There's a lot more boxing. This is the reason why not to play it. A lot more boxing goes on than it used to be. Back in the day, a healer was incredibly valued. And they still are to an extent today. But a lot of the time today, people have their own healers. They just box in their own healers. They're playing multiple accounts. And that's kind of cheesy. Back in the day, that didn't happen nearly as much. It did happen sometimes. But very, 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 very seldom did you see people running around playing more than one character at a time. Because back in the day, you had to spend $50 on the game. And it was $10 a month for the subscription. That was before all the games got all fancy like World of Warcraft and raised their subscription prices to $15 a month to quote-unquote pay for the servers and blah, 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 blah. We want more money. That was before all that. So you had to pay $10 a month and $50 for a copy of the game to have a second box. You had to do it all over again. It's $100 and that's $20 a month just for 2 characters back then. Which, you know, back in 2003 or 2004, I guess is more apt because that's when the game actually launched. Back in 2004, that was insane. It was holy crap. The queue is going decent since you're VIP. Yeah, I know. I mean, it goes reasonably quick, but it still takes a while. Anyway, these are some of the reasons why, in my opinion, you either want to or don't want to play the game. Back in the day, it was a little more hardcore. Now it's more babyfied. Like I touched on it a minute ago, you got highlighted map zones, all this, that, or other. Back in the day, you had to go exploring, reading the quest, and even asking the community for help. And some of that's still done today, which I appreciate. Like I said, good community, that's a reason to play it. A reason not to play it, less, and this one's debatable. Some people might say this is a more reason to play it. It's a little less hardcore than it used to be. Back in the day, you'd lose, you know, earlier on levels, you'd lose like 12% experience in PvE deaths. And that would go down the higher level you were, eventually making it down to about 4% at the very high levels. But they've just gone ahead and dropped the bottom. Now, PvP deaths were always about 4%. There was like a 40% loss when it comes to PvP deaths. That's a normal thing. Hi, Justin. Welcome to the stream. So they've gone ahead and dropped the bottom out of that and just said, all deaths 4%, whatever. VIP statuses and things you can purchase in the game do help you marginally. Now, in the live version of the game, this is the reason why not to play live specifically, there are things like the Prestige Pack that you can buy, and you actually get stronger for spending money on the game in PvP, which is dumb. Now, marginally helpful in the classic version of the game, if you have PvP, or you have their Chronicle Pack, or whatever else, their VIP status, then you lose less percent on a death. I think VIP 4 loses 3.2% instead of 4% XP, which, I mean, it matters. It adds up, but it's not a major deal. There's nothing that the Chronicle pack or that in the classic version of the game that you can buy in the game that you won't be able to obtain naturally through playing the game, so at least there's that. It's not a pay to win, it's a pay to have more convenience kind of thing, which I'm not a fan of, but honestly, no way NCSoft could do a subscription-based game and actually expect it to do well. This is one of the few, I feel like, honestly, if they'd have publicized it enough, got enough publicity on it, they could have made it a subscription-based game. Even if it was $5-10 a month, they could have had full servers and people paying them monthly for the game. Do they want that? Hell no, they don't want that, because they know that there's enough whales out there that are willing to spend $30 per account right off the bat, da-da-da-da-da-da. They don't need your monthly subscription. They make plenty of money. This is NCSoft. They know how to extort people. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. That's why I don't like NCSoft much. That's the reason why not to play the game, by the way. NCSoft is the primary company that's reviving this classic. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing how Blizzard does with their vanilla classic World of Warcraft launch that's coming up soon. And for those of you who just joined in, you're watching the major #1, I guess, reason why not to play the game, because even if you're a VIP player, you've got a queue that lasts, 600 player queue is what I came in as a VIP player, and that's going to be a couple hours. Now it's at 440 something. For the non-VIP players to get in for their very first time, I've heard stories that you have to wait over 14 hours. And that is, what? Kind of, excuse me? Kind of what? But apparently if you wait until like after 11 p.m. or midnight Eastern Standard, then you can get in much, much faster, like right away, or 10-20 minutes kind of thing. And once you get in, then you can buy a VIP status and, get in allegedly much faster, unless you're trying to get in right now, because this takes forever. Have they said when Classic WoW is coming out? Nope. But I know on November 2nd and 3rd, when the BlizzCon comes out, they will have a demo, and they will have people playing at the BlizzCon a demo of Classic World of Warcraft. At least level 15 to 19 zone has been confirmed that people will be able to play in. I'm hoping that they're going to launch Classic immediately after BlizzCon. More realistically, they're probably going to look for stupid excuses to delay it longer, because they just had a... they'll be like, oh, it'll be out in 6 months or next year. Probably what they'll say. This is speculation. But that's because they just launched BFA, and, they want everybody to get sick and damn tired of that. Honestly, they've got BFA out, and now there's already people max level again. I mean, that stuff's ridiculous, how fast you can get max level in that game now based on Classic World of Warcraft. But that's not what we're here playing. Alright, I sent the vids. Hopefully you try it out. For a free game, it's very nice. I will take a look at it in practical. Don't get hopes up. And the other thing is, I don't want to get hooked onto another game. When Fallout 76 is coming out in 2 days, boys and girls. The day after tomorrow, October 30th, is when it's supposed to be coming out. Oh man, that's gonna make it really hard to do our Halloween movie night. We were considering doing like a Halloween movie night, everybody, by the way, like watching Ghostbusters or Hocus Pocus or something on Halloween and Halloween Eve. If Fallout just came out, that's gonna make that a bitch, because I'm gonna be wanting to play some Fallout. Anyway, we'll see. You never played it. What, Fela? You never played a Fallout game at all? You're banned! Banned from the stream. Hang on, switching over to Twitch. Banning it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not banning you. Oh, that is definitely my favorite franchise, though. Like, before Bethesda even took it over, it was my favorite franchise. Think about it. Think about it. The original came out in, like, 1998, if I remember right. That tells you how old the Fallout 1 game is. 1998 or 1997 or 1999. I can't remember. In fact, I'll Google it right now. Fallout 1 release date. And back then, it was owned by either Black Mesa or Interplay. I think it was Interplay and then Black Mesa. Alright, let's see. November 10th, 2015. No, that's not right. Where's Fallout series? Here we go. Wiki. Fallout 1. 1997! I knew I was close. I said it was 97, 98, or 99. Fallout 2 came in 98, and then 10 years later, Fallout 3, Bethesda owned it. See, here's the thing. Interplay was a very small kind of company, not like a AAA like nowadays. And back then, they didn't have startups to help out companies. So Interplay made made Fallout 1, and then Interplay and Black Isle Studios came in for Fallout 2, and both of those games were so wicked awesome. Back in 1998 and 1997, they didn't have games, or like games with the premises of, you know, a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland being, hey, this is your home, this is it. It was all like Dungeons and Dragons or magic and might and heroes and da-da-da-da-da. It wasn't, you know, a random guy that was come out of a vault in a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland of a real-world scenario. That was so unique for that time frame, which I loved. I love games that take risks and do something unique. And that attached to me. I love that. Fallout 1, it had a very dark sense of humor, which was just hilarious, in my opinion. There were some moments that are like, you're just looking at a rock, and it's like, no matter how hard you look at this rock, it doesn't seem to want to get up and bite you in the face. Or, I don't remember. They had funny little quips like that throughout the entire game that were just great, that was unique, that games didn't have. Every other game would be like, description, this is a rock. That one would be like, description, you're a dumbass, this is a rock. It's not going to get up and hit you in the face unless someone picks it up and hits you in the face. I mean, it was fun. It was unique. Fallen Earth, I don't know if that's still out, though. Yeah, but see, that's also not 1999, 1997. Fallen Earth came out way after the fact, alright? I'm talking about Fallout was the first, alright? Save for one other company, which I believe, or one other game, which I believe was also made by Interplay, and that was called The Wasteland, just called The Wasteland. And that was a 1980s or 1990s video game. It was like back in the O-Trail days. It's very different. Anyway, Fallout 76 release is November 14th. That is the official release. Anyone who pre-ordered it, meaning me, will have access to it on October 30th. So in 2 days. But if you didn't pre-order it, then yeah, you gotta wait until November 14th. And by the way, if you want to pre-order it, now's your chance. I didn't play it, I've seen it on an MMORPG website. That's weird because it's not an MMORPG, it's just a regular old-fashioned offline RPG. There was a mod of Fallout 2, now we're getting off topic here. There was a mod of Fallout 2 that became an MMO. It was the first unofficial MMO of Fallout, and I very much enjoyed that game as well. Anyway, reasons not to play Lineage 2, this queue. Reasons to play it, of this queue, and the fact that it's babyfied. Reasons to play it, it's fun. It's still a pretty close representation of Classic. Reasons not to play it, it's a pretty close representation of Classic. Not an exact representation. And it's more babyfied. And it has NCSoft as a parent company / owner. And NCSoft is a dick. They leave you with this queue. They don't seem to care very much about their player base, and they have a cash shop that is definitely out there to extort people and get their money. But, I mean, that's his company basis, so there's that. Plus, another reason not to play it is, hey, do they support Nazism? Look at this thing. This looks like a swastika. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. I don't know. That's just coincidence, hopefully. Yeah. So I've gone on my tirade. Yeah, I told you, Vela. I mean, live is a joke. That's why no one plays on live. I have no interest in playing live. I won't make a character. You won't see a number 1 here next to live like at all. It's just not gonna happen. Nope, not for me. It's a no for me, Jim. And Vela. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the stream for a little bit. Check out some videos that you guys just sent me about some other games. Look forward to Fallout 76 and Classic World of Warcraft Vanilla, and hopefully I'll come back live as soon as I can actually get in the player queue, which could be as late as another hour. I don't even freaking know. And so until then, everybody, remember that you rock, and we out!